Ferrari Roma 2020 review. It takes a brave soul to ask an obvious question. God bless whoever was brave enough to ask one at the end of that monthly Ferrari town hall meeting a couple of years ago then. Concerning exactly why it is that the company doesn't make a car like the much-loved big-selling 550 Maranello anymore. That, in my head at least, must have been how the new Ferrari Roma came into being, not that the company is letting on. There will have been a prevailing will from the management to make more of the firm's modern front-engine V8 platform architecture shared with the Portofino convertible, of course. An enthusiasm, too, from Ferrari's design team to seize the opportunity, once it was presented, to bring some classic coupe-bodied elegance back into showrooms. But I reckon the bold arm raiser at the back of the big team get-together should get most of the credit here. Perhaps it was Giovanni from accounts. Since he doesn't look great in red trousers, they don't let him out of the office much, but he runs a mean Excel sheet. He makes a mean chicken cacciatore, and he's been biding his time, puzzled by the 550 question for a while. Haven't we all? The 550 was one of Ferrari's modern high watermarks for front-engine GTs. Smart-looking, usable, soulful, fast, involving, and most of all, really well sorted for the road, it was followed up by increasingly wild and expensive front-engined 12-cylinder successes that incrementally became less and less about everyday usability and accessible handling appeal, and more about outright pace, grip, noise, and lurid performance thrills as the years passed. The void of strategic shift left in the Ferrari model range has evidently taken some time to become apparent to the company's product planners, but we'll let them off on that score. It was a bit of a mental leap to invoke the spirit of a car like the 550. Not to mention so many other of the company's V12 touring greats of the 1950s and 1960s. With a reimagined fixed-head version of the turbo V8-powered Portofino, itself not the most revered of modern Ferraris after all. And yet what the Roma proves is how much can be achieved through a handful of very well-chosen technical changes. The car has quite a rich and ritzy new generation cockpit too. And last but by no means least, it might be the most dazzling achievement yet of Ferrari's own in-house Centro-style design department. It's an important new model addition, this, and not just for Ferrari, but with implications for the whole of its segment. What's it like? To these eyes, the Roma is probably the best-looking new normal series production Ferrari since the 458, possibly even since the 355. It has sublime proportions, some beautifully pristine surfaces, and just a hint of visual menace about it. Some lovely detailing, too. The way the carbon fiber skirts and front splitter echo the shape of the bodywork above them, almost like a reflection in mill-pond smooth water, is very clever indeed. It's a 2+2, something the celebrated 550 Maranello wasn't, with a bold and quite lavish interior very much intended to make inroads into the customer bases of the likes of Audi, Mercedes-AMG, and even Bentley. The Roma's back seats are usable only for smaller adults and kids. But it has a boot big enough for a couple of small flight cases, and that even offers some through-loading space for longer loads. The seats are soft, easily berthed, and comfortable over distance, and its infotainment technology is new also. Should I buy one? It would certainly be a mistake to dismiss the Roma on the basis that it's just a Portofino with a fixed roof, or the latest version of that Ferrari that was supposed to be a Maserati. Believe me, this car is a great deal more significant than that. There's a clear sense of the modern entry-level 5.8 Ferrari finally hitting its potential with the Roma, both aesthetically and dynamically, and of reaching down into high-end Porsche 911, Audi, Aston Martin, and Mercedes-AMG sports car territory with genuine purpose and threat for the first time. Usable and rounded enough to enjoy on any day of the year and on all sorts of trips and occasions. This is a proper Ferrari GT of a likably simple kind, the likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. Here's hoping that it proves that the people who count still know a really good Ferrari road car when they see one.